What is going on, guys? And Sam bringing you a brand new video. Obviously we didn't have one yesterday because the EA servers had completely gone down for I think it was almost 15 hours. So we're bringing one back. I've got a very simple one which will work all year round, and I'm using some different methods which I don't think you guys will be using at the minute, which will really help a lot of you out. Now if you didn't check out my million coin video, it went up the other day. I know it didn't get as many views because obviously people weren't trying to find out how to make coins in FIFA because you couldn't get on. But if you want to check that out, I would be really grateful for that. If you want around here, make sure to subscribe with notifications on, and of course drop a like down below if you do enjoy the video, and drop a comment of course too. Obviously my Twitter and Instagram are in the description, but without further ado, let's get into it. So the first card we're going to be looking at, it's a bit of a change for me. I don't usually do these. We're looking at position modifiers. So we're looking at right wing. I believe, let me just make sure, it's right wing to right mid is the first one. Now, I have three different profit margins here, three different groups of values. Obviously, for you guys who have a little bit less coins, a little bit more, we have three different profit margins. So, first of all, we're looking at right wing to right mid. Very cheap. You're looking at about, let me have a look at this for you. I believe they're going for about 700 coins. I'll just check. So 800 coins, is it 750 or is it, let's have a look. So earlier on I managed to get quite a few at 300 coins, which is obviously the kind of best you're going to get with these, and they go for around 700 most of the time. Let's see if we can get anything under 650. There's one there. You wouldn't obviously pick those up because they wouldn't be snipes. So we'll go from 600 and see if we can grab any of these any time soon. Obviously I've got some from earlier that I can show you where I picked them up for 300. I picked up quite a few position modifiers, and I've kept a few just to show you the kind of prices they were going for earlier on, so you can see what I was picking them up for, the best snipes I've got, things like that, because I don't touch on position modifiers very often. So I thought I'd be a bit more in depth so you guys could see exactly what we were looking at. Now it doesn't seem like any of them are actually coming up right now. The good thing is that the transfer market has changed, so it no longer resets when you're doing position modifiers, because that was really frustrating before. And it does look like we've got 600 there. If we can get that one, missed that, right? So we'll see if we can go on here. Obviously as soon as one's listed, we'll go over to the next page anyway. Let's have a look. If we can grab one or two of these, I'd be quite happy. Actually earlier I managed to grab a ton. I think maybe now that the market's a little bit more lively, it might be more difficult to be picking them up, but earlier on I managed to grab quite a few. I can show you guys in a moment. Obviously we got that one there, 500, we missed that. See if we can get the next one. Oh, that's just gonna be the same one, isn't it? Right, so we'll see if we can get the next one. It's a shame only ones came up while we've been doing this. 500 again, we've got that one. That was probably one of the fastest snipes I've done in a while. We'll whack that up once again for 700. We'll try and go for two, and then I'll move on to the next one. These filters are very simple, so I don't want to spend too much time on each one, but they are really easy. And to be honest guys, if I had a small amount of coins, this is where I'd go, because they are really consistent, they're really easy. When I was doing it earlier on today, I was doing it around 3 or 4 o'clock. I know a lot of you are going to be on lockdown, so timing isn't going to be an issue for you. And when I was doing this midday, I was managing to find an absolute ton of these cards. I'm not sure if it was just because people don't like them. When people pack them, they just get rid of them, but I found an absolute shed load of right wing to right mids just coming up. You can see on my transfer list there is about 15, and I'd literally sniped for about 10 minutes, because I usually only trial a method for sort of 5-10 minutes if I am going to put it in a video, and we sniped for 10 minutes. We managed to pick up an absolute fortune of them. So that one there, 450, that's our second one. We'll whack that one up as well, and we'll put them up for 700. So that's not bad. Profit wise, that's a fairly good profit from those two cards. And obviously when I was picking up sort of 10 in the space of sort of 5 minutes, it was a lot easier to make a big profit. Now the next card we're going for, a little bit more expensive is going to be, if I can find it, the cam to centre forward. Now this card is going for what I believe is about 4.1k. So we've got 4 there, 5 there. It's going for 4.1. You're going to want to pick it up basically at 3.8 or below. Now I've still got a few of these that I picked up at 3.4, which are on my transfer market. Once again, kept those to show you examples. We got that one for 3.3. You can see really the reason we're touching on position modifiers is because not only are they consistent, but people make mistakes more often. Because when I get a position modifier in a pack, if I'm going to sell it, I don't usually check the transfer market, I'll just list it up. So I think a lot of people make that same mistake, which is very fortunate for people who are trading. Obviously for you guys watching the video, very fortunate. Not so great for the people who are making the losses, because it is a pretty consistent mistake that I've seen, and is a lot of people sort of listing them up, not checking their prices. 2.7 there, so that's like a 1.3k profit off of a position modifier. And you've literally seen me, I've done this for what, 3 minutes maybe? Not 3 minutes, 2 minutes, less than that. I've been on this one for like a minute and a half. So the profit for the amount of time you spend is a lot better than most non-rare methods, most low-rated rare cards. It is a really good method, I think. And in terms of simplicity, you don't need to do much. You sit here, you wait. There's not as much competition. Obviously, I think there might be a couple people trading position modifiers, but more of the time it's going to be people who actually want to use them. So it's not as much traders, it's more just people wanting to use them. Now, as you can see, we've got some from earlier which I got for 3.4. I was waiting to list them just to show you guys what we were grabbing them for. So we'll list this one up for 4.1 as well. And we've got the other Cam to centre forward card here as well. So whack that up as well. So you can see I do have an absolute ton of these on my transfer list, and I usually don't, I mean, a lot of you guys, I assume some of you are regulars to the videos, and a lot of you guys will know I don't usually fill up my transfer market. I'll do 2 or 3 to show you guys the method works, and that'll be it. But you can see I've just filled it up really easily, and I actually enjoyed doing these methods. There is another one, obviously don't worry, we do have 3 of course, and we are looking at the final one you're going to see is CM to CDM. Now I was picking these up I believe for 850, and I was selling them on for 1.3, so it's a fairly good profit, 500 coins off some of them. So we'll put 1.3 here, let's write that up. Okay, and that one as well, and then we'll go on and we'll try and snipe a few of these. I would definitely say, I know a lot of people will turn their heads over at position modifier methods and think, oh, you know, they're not that good, you're not doing, is it CM to CDM? Let me make sure. Am I getting that wrong, or is it CDM to CM? Let me check on my phone, I do have a picture of it. Let's make sure it is CM to CDM. So that is the one. Let's have a look. They are lowering. Oh no, they haven't lowered in price. That's fine. So 1.2. There's a few sat there, but not a phenomenal amount. That's fine. So we're picking them up 1k and below for this one. Most of the time, I'd say you can directly copy the price ranges I've done with these methods, because all of these they stay consistent. And there's not really many times you'll get the position modifiers changing. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know that hunters and shadows and things like that, they stay consistently around the same price. They do fluctuate a little bit more because they're the most expensive chemistry styles, but chemistry styles and position modifiers are pretty similar in the fact that they rarely change price. You can easily pick them up, and there's not much competition. I think with these, it is, as I've said, just people trying to use them for their own team. So no one sat there like I am now, just trying to pick them up. It is more people thinking, all right, I want to use that for my team, I need to change Vidal to a CDM, or I need to change this guy to a right wing, whatever. Like, I just got Bale earlier today, I had to change him to a right mid. That's why I actually originally looked at the cards in the first place. And we will be back to player filters from tomorrow. I won't touch on position modifiers probably again. I may look at hunter cards if they change price massively, but probably not. I tend to stay away from the consumables area, but today I found that they are quite useful, and they're probably not a bad place to start, especially when the market's going down and things like that, and you just want something easy, consistent to come back to. This is where you want to stay. I think an hour on these, you could easily make 200k. Just pick the consumable that's being listed the most at that time, and that will obviously fluctuate a lot, but you can really easily find it out yourselves. And we've got the final one there. We're going to go for a final snipe and then we'll call it a day, guys. But tomorrow I'll be back to player filters. Obviously, we'll have marquee matchups out, and hopefully there's a promotion on Friday. We might even be seeing some team of the season stuff. Not sure how quickly that's going to come out, so I will just have to let you guys know as and when the videos and the challenges are coming out. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Of course, if you are new around here, you know what to do. Subscribe, drop a like down below. We've managed to catch that at the perfect time. Obviously, subscribe, drop a like down below. Check out my other social media, is in the description down below. I've had a few of you recently messaged me on Instagram just asking for advice on trading. The same with Twitter, so you're more than welcome to do that. I'm always open to hearing from you guys. But that's been me, and I will see you tomorrow.